Snap out your estimate, step in your essence, and know that you're excellent. Rise, because the Spirit is teaching. No, I'm not just preaching. I'm taking my own advice. And that, like I said, these verses, I can pull stuff from verses and like scripture for me.
So Antoine, woke has been used a lot, you know what I'm saying, in these past, 2-3 years? Like, it's been like a buzzword, you know, people, we always see that, you know, woke this, woke that. Hell, even this morning, you know what I'm saying, you woke up late, but you know.
I did.
but you know, it is what it is. There's another nomenclature phrase of words that we use here at Fourth Part. Awakening possibility. And I know people coming here, they'll see that like all of our branding, we plan on getting a huge ass banner that say awakening possibility. Like, they'll see this like embedded within Fourth Park. So like I think that it's high time that we give them like, what does it mean to actually awaken possibility? Like, where did it even come from? Like, how did that phrase even like become a staple within our business, our company, and our day-to-day life? So like, I think let's give them a little bit of of that. I think that's important to let people know what is awakening possibility.
Yeah, so that phrase, I've been rallying those two words for, I don't know, has it been 10 years? It's been a long time. It may have been at least 10 years or more that's been a mantra of mine. But it actually came from, I was watching a YouTube video. I know this was like, at this point, 12, 15 years ago. This white guy, he was a conductor of an orchestra. And he was giving a talk. I don't know if it was a TED talk, but he was giving this talk about this whole like relationship between the conductor and the orchestra. And he was saying how like, you know, he doesn't play an instrument. The conductor literally is conducting, and you have the orchestra that's actually playing and performing. And what happens is you have all of these different people that are, you know, hitting different notes, playing different keys, using different instruments. And he said, my job isn't to play. I actually don't hit one note. My job and my role is to awaken the possibility, you know, in this orchestra, in this band. Like, I awaken that potential, you know. So even choir directors, the same thing. You have the choir director up, even the band director. There's always this kind of like person that's there to help bring about what's truly possible out of the members in the band, in the orchestra, in the choir. Also the actual instrument, whether it's the voice or the trumpet or the trombone or the violin or the cello, whatever it is. He made that statement about like, my job is to awaken possibility. And it's something about that moment that stuck with me, and it crystallized like that phrase. And I just sat on it. Like, I have this thing, even, you know, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a quote I read. It can be a song. It could be a verse, a chorus. I will sit on something for a while and just like dissect it. And it's subconsciously I do that. And so that phrase stuck with me then in a way that I didn't think it was gonna have this profound of a impact in my life as it's had, because that became my actual like purpose and mission statement. Like, I started to graph everything around myself around those two words. This whole idea of that my role in this life is to help awaken and bring about and help to make manifest what is possible in myself and in others. That if I could be a conductor in somebody's world, just enough so to help pull out that added potential that they might not have seen. So as I started like really uncover what this meant to me, you know, as I looked around, and at the time I had, you know, I was a young entrepreneur then, and I had a lot of friends of mine. I was a part of this organization called No Losing at the time. And it was like a whole network of like young millennials who were on this path of just winning with this kingdom mindset. And what I saw in all of us was just this untapped potential. And like, even it's like I would get in conversations with people. It could be family members. I could just be randomly having a conversation. Somebody's telling me something they're trying to do. And then I immediately can just see, I can see like almost like worlds of what they're discussing, I can see worlds of what that could look like if manifested.
All
That
the
somebody could be
possibilities.
sharing like, hey, I want to like, you know, start an organization that helps young girls, and then it's like all of a sudden I can see dimensions of that. Like I can see, you know, not just the service offerings, I can see it in different cities. I could see the business model. I can see how you can raise funds and get grants. I just naturally have that level of insight, and I didn't realize that that was part of my personal gifting, is the ability to see what something can be in the marketplace.
Right.
So I held those two words to my chest for many, many years. Like, you know, my job, my role, my purpose, my mission, my vision is to awaken possibility in myself and in others. And I've tried to live a life governed by that truth, you know, all these years. So when I started Fourth Park, it's just natural for me to, like, I couldn't keep it off of Fourth Park. It's like,
Right.
I'm in
It just bleed
meeting,
right on
it
in.
just bleeds right in. I'm in these meetings with all of these clients, and all I'm seeing is possibility. Well, you know, we're trying to, like, I'm writing this
Hey,
book. I'm trying to,
Antoine,
like,
we want you to just do this and this. Okay, yeah. But we can do.
well,
I see this. Well, have y'all
Right.
thought about this? And
Yeah.
hey, I seen that y'all. Let's take this website and let's blow it up a little bit. Like we can do.
Right.
They just start flowing.
right. It just
start
came.
flowing.
It's a natural gift of mine to see beyond, to get. I have insight and revelation about anything. That's just how I'm wired. But I just could see so much with these different meetings, and just I'm like, well, what we're doing as an agency is just as much about awakening possibility. Like, we're sitting with clients who have this unlocked potential in their brand and their story. There are organizations that I've worked with and we've done work for where it's just like, wow, like this particular idea here is like really dope and really cool. They got a lot of stuff going on and the world hasn't yet to really see or experience that. Or this person back here is like doing all of this dope shit and like people don't know about it. And I could see the potential of what that could look like if it's done right, if the story is told well, if the brand is positioned a certain kind of way, if the marketing is created a certain kind of way. Like, I can see this story impacting lives. I remember one example of this is a friend of mine. His name is Terrence Lester. He was starting this idea at the time called Love Beyond Walls.
Yes,
and
sir.
he had came to me, you know, we had talked about it. Prior to that, he's an ordained minister. He was, you know, launching a church. Prior to that, at one point in time, he went through a phase where he was like getting that started. And then there was like this pivot. And he was like, man, I really want to like highlight and showcase the issues and struggles of homelessness in our city.
Right.
I want to put a lens on that so that people can get a very clear perspective of what this looks like. And we want to bring humanity to these people.
Right.
And he had this idea, and as soon as he started to share it, I could just see like what this could turn into from a content side, from a web presence, the stories that could be told, the type of funding that could be brought to the table to help provide resources to get these people on a path to true dignity and respect, and also becoming like viable citizens again in our society. Like, I'm just seeing all of this. So he came to us and like, hey, can you guys build the brand, build the website? I'm like, not only can we build the brand and website, we're gonna awaken some possibilities. So
Right.
like, I'm in the meeting with the team. We're like, okay, this is what we're doing. That's where I thrive. Like, I thrive. If I can't see that possibility, to be honest with you, if it don't make something in me leap, I promise you, we gonna do great work, but it's that added swag, it's that added, like, when it like Jay-Z said, when it breaks my heart, when it's like, when I see it, and it's like, we need to make sure that idea happens. We should make sure that particular organization, that brand, that story go further, faster. Like, when it creates a conviction in me for the client, then I have a natural like add on to like not just make sure that it's excellent, but make sure that it's stewarded a certain way. Because to me, it's all ministry. To me, it's all like work that's being done to make this world better. You know, people are producing ideas and developing, you know, products and services that solve problems. So that's what it's about. I'll even say this too. So that's all the business stuff. That's like business. But just going back to like, I think that there are hidden answers and solutions lying in every single one of us. Here's one of my, I even say this. I actually think, this is my theory.
Okay.
I think that when you are born, your birth is a manifestation of someone else's prayer. I think that you actually prayed into existence. That there was a need that hasn't been met, and it was dropped in you, and therefore that seed that was planted, like we think it's just having sex and pregnancy and like you just pop up on the scene. Like you are showing up here because there's something in you that this planet is in need of. It ain't got to be some giant world class like I'm gonna build the next, it ain't even about business. It's just, whether it's just what you are gonna be in your family. You might be an answered prayer to your family. You might be an answered prayer to, your neighborhood, your community. You just never know. But I think that untapped why are you here? That to me is one of the greatest questions that I've had to ask myself. And exploring and going on that journey of figuring that out has led to all the possibilities that I've been able to create. And I just feel like that there are a lot of people who arrive on the planet and who transition, who never get to tap into that greater why, who never get to unlock and awaken that possibility. And the world doesn't get to experience that.
Wow. You just really blew my mind with that, because like you just gave me a new perspective to when people say I prayed for you. When I hear that, I just I prayed for you. But what you just how you just broke that down, it just gave that really touched my soul. It's like, no, I prayed for you. You were born into this world out of a prayer, like of saying, oh man, like a dis-ease, if you will. Something was wrong, and you're the answer. You say you're the answer. You was prayed to come and solve this problem. As God gave His Son to come and save us, to save the world. So that's deep.
Right.
You blew my mind with that one. And another pivoting off of that too, going back to just awakening possibilities, speaking on that, and actually in the same realm. You had said something like years ago we were sitting down at the table. You were saying that I hold close to me, and that I always, which is my like a visual of awakening possibility. Like greatness is bestowed upon all of us. Mm-hmm. You told me we were sitting down at the table, was having one of our nights that we just up late. We come over, let's go pull up on Torn and just get him to talk. I need some inspiration tonight. We just go. We used to. It'll be late. It'll be me and Coach. And
Coach is my oldest nephew, right? DeMarcus Allison, just so people who don't know.
Right. My brother, my best friend, and me and him, we'll go the whole day, and we'll wait because it's different. If y'all been to Fourth Park and y'all seen us here, y'all know how we work. Like it's a very nighttime, very like sensual, like spiritual mood. So we never came during the daytime because the mood ain't set yet.
Right.
So we wait till the sun drop, and then we did everything with the daytime. We go, come on, let's go pull up on Torn, because we know like the vibe that you see here at Fourth Park, it's at the house. It's at his house. So before we had the office space and stuff, like that's where it started at. So we'll pull up on him at nighttime, and you said something so profound while we was in there having one of our nightly rants, our nightly talks, or whatever, that motivation that you give us. You're like, greatness is bestowed upon all of us. All of us have a crown, which is the crown. That's how I visualize the crown. That's the greatness. It's bestowed and it's hovering above each and everybody. It's up to you to reach up, grab that crown, and pull it down and manifest it, bringing all these possibilities. And that's when and that's that process of reaching up into the ethers and grabbing that crown and pulling it down is how I vision awakening possibility. Like that's my mental vision of that. So like that's what I always carry with me. So every time you say awakening possibility, I be like, reach up and grab it. Like greatness is bestowed over every single body, but to awaken it, it's what's gonna separate and bring in that manifestation. So like that's my visual of that. I had one. I needed to say that because like the world needs to hear that. That's
actually, if I'm not mistaken, that's a Morehouse a statement. My one of my friends, Dominic, he shared that with me. But it's a statement. They say, we place they say this over all the men of Morehouse who've yet to graduate. We place upon your head a crown, and we challenge you to grow tall enough to wear it. I think is how it's stated. And he shared that, and it stuck with me too. It's like this level of like, there's already a worthiness already over you. There's this governance of, Beyonce said this. She says, in one of her songs, I think Bigger, she says, snap out your estimate, step in your essence, and know that you're excellent. Rise, because the spirit is teaching. No, I'm not just preaching, I'm taking my own advice. And that, like I said, these verses, I can pull stuff from verses and like scripture for me. And that whole verse, what she's talking about is this awakening, like snap out of this sleep, snap out of this state of distraction and misunderstanding, and step into this excellence that you already are, knowing that you're excellent and rise up to this higher conversation, this higher earth plane, this higher vibration. Why? Because this is where the spirit is teaching. This is where the insight is at. This is where the possibility is at. This is where you can tap into. This is where that crown is at. Where you're already worthy. You're born worthy. You're born worthy. Your worthiness is not even about anything you do. It's not about anything you will actually accomplish. All of those things are manifestations of the worthiness that you already have. You're born worthy because you're an answer to a prayer. So this whole awakening possibility is like, first this waking up and then realizing there's this whole new realm of possibility that's in me. And when I talk about this in tangible ways, how I take care of my health. Okay, I've been eating this way my whole life. This is what I've been doing. Okay, yeah. But in that sleep state, this is how I've been on autopilot, just kind of meandering around, eating how I eat. But if I'm able to snap out of that and wake up to what's possible for my health, there's a whole nother way I can eat and live in my health. Whether it's your health, your family, your career, your finances, man, I don't understand why I'm broke all the time. I can't seem to get nothing right. Because there's a level of sleep that you've been operating under. There's a level of understanding that you've been held to, that you've moved into autopilot. Like after you learn a certain behavior, even your brain, you have synaptic nerves in your brain. These nerves are constantly firing off and they're learning patterns of behavior. And once those patterns of behavior are crystallized in your mind, you no longer need to learn that behavior. You don't even need to think about walking, talking. You go in the bathroom, before you know it, you've taken a shower, brushed your teeth, washed your face, combed your hair, put your makeup on, did everything. You don't even realize that you naturally just know how to like do these things because your brain is already rerouted and programmed and wired itself. In a sense, it's in a sleep state. It's kind of like almost like a comatose in a state. It's autopilot. So that snapping out is like a unlearning and relearning. Like I have to reprogram my mind because I might be doing what I thought was the way I should be doing it. I need to switch up. There's a whole nother understanding. There's a new revelation going on. You know, so it doesn't matter what field you're in or what area of your life. This is relevant in any aspect of life. There's awakening possibility. There's always possibility that can be awakened. If you live by that kind of principle and truth, it should leave you in a state of positivity. You shouldn't be walking around feeling negative, like, because you always know that it's always something possible in me. Like, let me, like, before I accept the lie that this is it, like there's still this other level of possibility. So that to me, like I was saying, is what I govern myself by. It's to me a way to sum up all of the scriptures in my mind. It's a way for me to sum up all of the positive quotes in my mind. It's a way for me to make sense of all the things that I have learned in a way that's like I can express it. It's like I want to wake up into what's possible, and then I want to grab into that, pull that down, and actually manifest that in my lifetime. And helping people navigate and do that is like my work. Yeah. And we do it in Fourth Park in these certain areas, you know, branding, marketing, design, creative. We work with companies and brands, but what we're doing is that same awakening possibility. We're pulling ideas and designs and creative out of the ether, pulling it down to the world, manifesting it into the world for those to see. Like that to me, art and creativity is a spiritual phenomenon. It's an unknown thing that you're pulling down and translating. And now all of a sudden you see a website, you see a logo, you see this brand that now informs your behavior, how you consume it, how you engage it, you know, how you share it. Like it didn't even exist. And now it's here, this business, this name, you know. I think it's such a dope thing to I'll say something, and it is so, and it shall be, and it is so. So, you know, that's my thing. That's my mission. That's what I'm about. You know, that's what it's like. That's what it is.
It's beautiful. I think a lot of people can stand the test and take it and use that as a mantra. A lot of people should have that on their wall. That's what we need. That's our next merch. Big awakening possibility signs. The reminder to get up and snap out of there. What it is, snap out that estimate. And step into their essence. Yeah, because that's definitely that's what they need. Because that's what we do here at Fourth Park. We awaken possibilities, and I think that's just some of the most beautiful thing that we do here at Fourth Park. Because like we don't just stay within the realm of what deliverables we need to deliver. We always look for that. Come on, we want to grow by helping you guys grow and reach that next level, because it's just so, like you said, it's so much possibility.
Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. You know.
Yeah.
Neither has it entered into the hearts of men. Yeah.
Speech to the young.
Right. Speech to the progress towards. So yeah, that's that. I mean,
For sure. I think at this point, I think so that y'all already know what it is. So that's awakening. So just in case they was, I'm saying, wondering, that's awakening possibility. That's what it means. So,
Right.
We would love to know how you guys awaken possibilities.
Right.
Is this your first time hearing it? Is this your first time hearing it? Or are you, saying loyal Fourth Park, members? What we going to call our tribe? The Parkies?
The Parkies.
I don't know. What we going to call
We need to figure that out.
Right.
We need to figure out what this community, because we're building a community at Fourth Park. This is another thing behind the scene. We're establishing our own tribe and community of I don't know what we call them, awakeners. I don't know yet. But we're building a network of creatives in Atlanta and other cities. It's just gonna be our own setup. And so, you'll be hearing more about that down the road. But
most definitely. But yeah. So please let us know in the comments that how you awakening possibilities. If you like this video, please share it. Make sure y'all subscribing to the YouTube channel. We have much more content. I'm pretty sure we got some other videos annotated up here that you can go watch if you ain't seen them yet. So make sure y'all click those, check those out. Until next time.